Hi guys, 732 Review Crew here. I am Mikey.
I'm Joe.
And I'm Mike.
And we're back with Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Season 1, Episode 12, the season finale of Season 1, titled
Prophecy
Girl. Now, things have been getting a lot more exciting as we go on through Buffy, less cheesy as we go through, so I'm very excited to see the show get into its own strides next season.
Less cheesy.
Hey, as we go, it gets a little less cheesy each time.
Sure.
Yes.
Getting a little more serious. Fair.
Yeah.
Sure, yes.
Especially considering there's a character dying almost every episode now.
Yeah, true.
I'm very excited to find out what's going on as we continue. Now, I know this is a very, long series. We got a couple seasons ahead of us for these characters to fill out and become more mature and go through it. And I'm very excited to see how they change as we go through. So I think without further ado, we just jump right into this episode. So thank you for joining us. We're starting Season 1, Episode 12 in 3, 2, 1.
You know, Buffy, spring fling just isn't any dance. It's a time for
Poor Willow's fantasizing.
Yeah.
and then we can observe their mating rituals and tag them before they migrate. Just kill me.
Oh, Buffy's not here. You can practice on me, Small.
You know, I can't wait till tomorrow.
Aww.
What's she doing?
You know, the usual.
To the cemetery.
Bro, poor Willow.
I know.
Who's that?
What was what?
Cordelia.
Someone's out there.
That's silly. Who would be out there?
This is a different feel for this episode.
The master shall rise, and the slayer.
It's just California. It's just an earthquake.
Yes! Yes! Shakers! This is a sign. We are in the final day!
What do you think? 5.1?
It was
It's just California.
an earthquake.
That is also, I feel like, what everyone does afterwards immediately. Like, you think, how bad? Best guess.
How you doing there, Giles? Get much sleep last night?
I've been working.
It's getting hairy out there, Giles. I killed 3 vampires last night. One of them was practically on school ground. Look, I broke a nail, okay? I'm wearing a press on. The least you could do is exhibit some casual interest. You could go,
I'm sorry. So I'm very glad that you're all right. I need to verify. I just can't really talk right now.
I have to meet my terrible fate.
What?
Biology.
Well, clearly we would know what you fucking read, huh?
She's the book that
Destined
Angel
to
gave
die. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even I was bored, and I'm a science nerd. Don't say that. I'm not ashamed. It's the computer age. Nerds are in.
Yeah.
You're still in, right?
You know, Buffy, spring fling is a time for students to gather. Oh, God.
Sander.
Buffy, I want you to go to the dance with me.
Yeah!
On a date.
I don't know what to say.
Aw.
You're not like
Not a good sign, her face.
you.
Xander, you're one of my best friends. You and Willow.
Well, Willow's not looking to date you. Or if she is, she's playing it pretty close to the chest.
I don't want to spoil the friendship that we have.
Oh.
Yikes.
You either feel a thing or you don't.
I don't.
Okay.
No, he needs this.
Yeah, he does need this.
I just don't think of you that way.
We all needed this at one point.
I guess the guy's got to be undead to make time with you.
It's really
So petty.
Yeah, that was rough.
Honestly, not the worst it could have gone.
Yeah, no, I mean, the fact that she didn't,
Both of their emotions are valid.
Yeah.
No, he's a teenage boy. He's gonna feel like this.
No, I realize.
Hey, she's back again.
After Sunday. What do you know?
Well, I have been surfing the net looking for unexplained incidents.
Techno-paganism.
People sending stuff my way. They know the occult's my chart. A cat last week gave birth to a litter of snakes.
Okay.
Family was swimming in Whisper Lake when the lake suddenly began to boil.
Ow.
And Mercy Hospital last night, a boy was born with his eyes facing inward.
Whoa.
That's disturbing.
This is apocalypse stuff. This crazy mug emailing me from Cortona about some anointed one. Look, Rupert, you haven't told me Jack, so what's with the order?
Just do it. I'll explain later.
You better.
Over dinner.
Bro, she's such a great character. I love her.
Yeah.
I'll see you in the morning. Okay. Willow,
Huh?
I really like your outfit.
No, you don't.
No, I really don't.
Okay.
If you could just show up tomorrow morning, I'd be really, really grateful. I mean, I'd talk to you at the dance and everything.
Sure.
Make your move, Will. Make your move. Shoot your shot.
It's not the time. It's not the time at all.
Yeah, no, we'll do. We can go. Be my date. Well, what do you say?
No.
She knows she's a backup.
Yeah, no.
You think I want to go to the dance with you and watch you wish you were at the dance with her? I'm sorry it didn't work out for you. I'll see you on Monday.
Yo, props to Willow.
That hurts me.
I want to go. Just gonna go home, lie down, and listen to country music. The music of pain.
Oh, man.
The music of pain.
Hey, look, water's running red with blood.
Tomorrow night, Buffy will face the Master, and she will die.
Oh.
Are they going to turn and see her?
One Slayer dies, next one's called.
She's so accepting of it.
She's in the
Come
mind.
on, Mikey.
To say how he's gonna kill me? Do you think it'll hurt? Don't touch me! You even gonna tell me? I've got a way around it. I quit.
It's not that simple.
I'm making that simple. Read me the signs!
Damn.
You're really a lot of help! Giles, I'm 16 years old. I don't want to die.
Don't do it. No.
Bruh.
Idiot.
Mom, let's go away.
What?
Anywhere, just for a while, a weekend.
No, the gallery's open on weekends.
Mom, please.
She got her address.
I saw you on
Aww.
store. I figured
Mom, we can't afford this.
Aww.
the way you've been eating, we can afford it. Not your father.
He didn't have a date either.
He did.
Woo!
And that's a much funnier story that you will not get to hear.
I'm not mad. He totally flaked on me, and I don't even care. God help me, I think it's cute.
Ugh.
Watching cartoons.
They are dead.
That's not cute. That's annoying. I'm annoyed. Right. I'm furious. I obviously can't
Vampires.
the power of my icy stare. Oh my god! Kevin!
Willow knows exactly what's happening.
Wow, it's a
Bloodbath. It's the kid.
Is it the kid?
Yeah.
Look at the tiny hand.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Duh.
Sorry, the anointed.
I thought I
Aww.
could do anything. But Buffy, this was different. I'm not okay. I knew those guys. It wasn't our world anymore. They made it theirs. I like your dress.
Aw.
Take care.
You think since Buffy thinks that's her last time seeing her, she would have said a little bit more,
I think.
but not to worry her, I guess.
Buffy's totally gonna fight a little boy.
Yeah, the part that gets me though is where Buffy is the vampire slayer. She's so little. So Luca thinks the anointed is a kid.
If the vampire that Buffy killed was in fact not the anointed, then it may well be.
Well, then we need to warn her.
I don't intend involving her at all.
Giles.
That's a bad idea.
Buffy's not going to face the Master.
What?
No, you're not. So I'm looking for a kid, huh?
And doing a white dress.
Like an angel.
I've made up my mind.
So have I.
I made up mine first. I'm wiser than you, and just do what you're told for once. All right?
Gonna add one to the Giles knocked out list.
Are you keeping tabs of that?
Season 1, episode 12. Buffy punches him.
Think of something cool. Tell him I said it.
Yeah! That's like a Xander line.
It's okay. I know who you are.
Or just put an arrow in the back of his head. You know where the master is.
How come she's in the club?
Hey, once the master gets free, the Hellmouth opens, the demons come to party, and everybody dies.
We don't even know where she's gone.
No. But I can find out.
How is he gonna find out? Oh. He's gonna go ask Angel. How does he know where Angel is?
You're right, he knows where Angel lives.
She's gone. What do you mean? Buffy, she's gone from...
You're way out of your league, kid.
How can I say this clearly? I don't like you, but Buffy's got this big old yin for you. She thinks you're a real person. And right now I need you to prove her right.
You're in love with her.
Aren't you?
Woo!
Wait, does this mean he's a werewolf if this is what Twilight is based off of? Is Xander a werewolf?
Not yet.
Not yet.
He was a part of the pack.
He was, you're right.
I mean, if she beats the master, isn't the anointed gonna become a problem?
That's what the rest of the show is about.
You are not the hunter. You are the lamb.
Huh?
I understand.
To the bronze.
Oh, fuck.
That's a lot of them.
Yeah.
Telekinesis?
You heard the prophecy that I was about to break free, and you came to stop me. But
He wrote it.
tricky creatures. If you hadn't come, I couldn't go.
For blood?
Bro.
The power. I like your dress.
Got it, gate him.
She's gonna drown in an inch of water.
Really was no fight, huh?
He's actually through.
God, that light must be so bright in his face right there.
She's dead.
Huh?
Bruh.
But if she drowned, there's a shot. CPR.
You have to do it. I have no breath.
Why are they coming here?
Not Karen. Get in!
Cordelia.
What?
Buffy.
He was doing CPR.
Welcome back.
Library. Great.
Who gave her license? Remember she
Yeah.
Yeah, Willow. What kind
Huh?
of snake is that?
Look kind of like more like a tentacle, kind of.
Like a root.
No.
No, you're still weak.
No, I feel strong.
I'm a vampire now.
I feel different. Let's go.
Is she a vampire actually?
You actually read Twilight?
Here it is, a tentacle.
Don't they have swords and spears?
Oh, we
in
got
there?
the song.
So how do you know where the master's going?
I know.
Okay, she's obviously very strong now.
Yeah, she's a vampire slayer.
A vampire
Comma.
slayer. Cordelia, a bit of vampire?
Yikes, dude. What the fuck? I hate that.
I don't think it's yours just yet.
You're dead.
I may be dead, but I'm still pretty. Which is more than I can say for you.
That was terrible.
What can I say?
It was.
That was good.
Bring it. Bring it with your vampire powers. Yeah! Giles with an axe.
Did you really think you could best me here when you couldn't below?
You have fruit punch mouth.
What?
Like it stained his mouth?
No.
Good. Jeez.
Oh, dude, it's like the garbage scene.
Star Wars, yes.
Yeah.
Will you laugh when my hell is on Earth?
You're that amped about hell? Go there.
One-handed toss.
Right onto a stage. That's a more epic death than the rest of them.
Guess Cordelia's part of the crew now, guys.
She might be.
She's been in the opening credits this whole season.
I don't know about the rest of you, but I'd like to get out of this place. I don't like the library very much anymore.
Sure. We saved the world. I say we party.
It's deserved.
He's not going anywhere. Loser.
Woo!
By the way, I really like it.
Yeah. It's a big hit with everyone.
Okay, I didn't remember that. Just like that's the ending. Okay.
So, I kind
Were
of
they were they not renewed for season 2 before the last episode?
I don't know, but it would make sense if they weren't.
There is a chance that it was just like a pilot or whatever, but I mean, this is like a breakout smash, like record-breaking TV show of the 90s.
Yeah, this just broke every record, and every trope that you like is from this show.
Whoa. I don't know if it broke every record.
Well, it broke most of them.
Broke some records. I don't know the specifics.
But it also set the tone for, I think, TV shows that follow an episodic theme like this, that follow the characters and whatnot, with growth and whatnot. That's what the fans were saying. As well as...
Well, I'm just saying, because like,
Tales from the Crypt came out before
the way that like the season finale ended, like everything got wrapped up, and the only like hint was like, hey, like Buffy may or may not be a vampire.
So it seems pretty self-contained. The only thing that we know,
That's what I'm saying.
Buffy isn't a vampire because they taught us how vampires were made in this show. They taught us that the vampire gets their blood sucked, and then they have to suck the blood of the master who sucked their blood to become a vampire. And this, the master just takes her blood, which has
It just like, when she was saying that, like, I feel more powerful, it was like, why do you feel more powerful?
Maybe because she wasn't afraid of death anymore.
It could be.
You know, maybe she fulfilled the prophecy and therefore, you know, I don't know. Maybe she's a vampire.
You're right. Angel has to turn her into a vampire.
Or unknowingly, maybe Buffy, since she's the Slayer, also got something out of him sucking her blood.
Yeah.
And it could have gone both
Kind of
ways.
getting that vibe.
Yeah.
She seemed like she could resist more.
It did.
Yeah, a mix of things.
Now, the one thing I want to point out was I absolutely... You know, at the start of the series, I didn't like Cordelia. She's growing on me. I absolutely love how she bit a vampire.
Absolutely.
She bit a vampire and she yelled out, "See how you like it."
No, though.
But she knows they bite people.
She knew they were vampires.
She knows they're vampires at this point. She's not dumb.
At the end, she acknowledged it.
Yeah, she acknowledged that they're vampires. Yeah. So it's pretty fair to assume that, you know...
She saw a beast from hell.
Yeah.
So I think it's the damage has been done.
And she
she saw stuff in the... What was it? The Bronze? She saw stuff in like episode 2 or 3.
But then she just...
And then she was like, nope, that didn't happen.
Yeah, but maybe...
I'm saying, like,
she rammed somebody with her car and drove it into the school, which was pretty savage.
But, you know, maybe it's part of exposure to the Hellmouth makes you forget things, and then, you know, repeated exposure like she has.
No, they went over it. It's cognitive dissonance to make your brain not freak out.
Okay.
I was going to say, by the way, clearly she never got her license, Mikey, because if she had, she would have known she couldn't drive the car into the school.
I was thinking about that. But, you know, we had that whole...
obvious.
But she obviously was the one driving, because in that one scene with the boy, she's in the driver's seat with the boy. She's in the driver's seat when they're in the cemetery.
She's a pretty popular girl. Of course she got her license.
But it's also a different car, I'm pretty sure. So...
Bruh.
Obviously, she got her parents would just pay for it. She comes through clutch in this, absolutely. And it's great to see her come through clutch because it seems like she's a very self-focused character, self-fulfilling, you know, only for herself. But in this, she literally saves Willow and I forgot the teacher's name, I'm sorry. But, and, you know, drives her through the school, and then even as far as we think she doesn't know things, but she asks Giles for help in this, and like she's yelling for Giles and other things. I think that
we're just gonna call her Mrs. Giles now.
Yeah. But when I wasn't talking about her, I was talking about Cordelia. But it's great to see the computer teacher come back and play a role, because as we know, she is a techno-pagan. So of course, it feels like it's kind of okay for Giles to reveal some stuff about Buffy.
Gotcha. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's who I was saying we should call Mrs. Giles, now, not Cordelia.
The fans did ask
but Mikey, Cordelia didn't call for Giles.
Oh, it was you're right.
That's it. Yeah.
Regardless,
it was Mrs. Giles.
No, Mrs. Pagan.
Mrs. Giles.
So the fans requested that I make a note of this, and it's funny because I made a Giles knockout counter, and as of season 1, episode 12 is where I'm starting, because I missed obviously the first season. There was a few in a couple of the episodes.
Just start at the end of the season. You got to go back and watch everything.
I'll figure it out. But so within this first episode of me keeping track of this, Buffy has knocked out Giles. So Buffy is the first person that I'm keeping track of that has knocked out Giles.
Okay.
It's just one of those things that the fans told me to keep track of how many times Giles get knocked out. And this is the first time that, we're keeping track of it. So I'll make a note of that for the future one.
He got knocked out, but not down for the count.
Yeah.
Big deal.
But he also got punched by a Slayer, too.
The count was like a half hour.
I absolutely, I love how the little boy is out doing his own thing now. Because the Anointed One, obviously, he led Buffy to the Master, and then he just left, it seems like.
Yeah, no, Buffy should have shot him.
Should have, could have, would have, but didn't. And maybe she didn't know he was the monster.
Also, the Master, he's just a guy with strength. He can't fly. He can't turn into a bat. Buffy just yeeted him through a skylight and he fell and died.
Well, it seemed like his power was going to continue to grow as,
after he got out of the field, he was, recovering.
Well, no. As hell, was unleashed on Earth, he would continue to...
Just kind of seemed like a little bit of a bitch.
Now, did we finally figure out how he got
Well, he had fucking Kool-Aid mouth. So
did he?
What did she mean by that?
I think it was a joke about punching him in the mouth.
Fruit punch. Punch. Yeah.
You got fruit punch mouth. Pa!
Yeah. Now,
I'm the fruit.
We never learned how he got in there, though,
because
right?
his mouth is permanently stained red, like fruit punch.
I think it was kind of like a double entendre.
We never learned how he got stuck down there until this episode, I think. It's because he tried to open the hell mouth and it sealed him in there.
I feel like they mentioned that earlier.
Yeah, I think he kind of just fell down the well and couldn't get out.
I did really enjoy this episode. Buffy's mom is a real one, too, and continues to show that as a single mother, she is doing her best, a divorced mom. And even so, as far as when even money is tight, she's buying still stuff for her daughter.
Sure, the dress was nice, but on the flip side of her being there for her daughter's like, hey, I really need a getaway. Can we go do something, just the two of us? And she's like, no, I have work.
Also, here's your prom dress.
But that's also, that's a little abrupt because, obviously she's like, we need to get away. And the mom's like, well, I need a job. She doesn't know that her daughter's in danger of dying.
Yeah, but I don't think... Whatever. We're not getting into a whole parenting thing.
But if a parent comes up to a kid, if your kid comes up to you and is like, "Hey, we need to get away now," and you don't explain, they're gonna be like, "Are you just getting bullied at school? What's going on?" They didn't say, "Hey, there's a mass murdering vampire after me." That might have,
I like how Mikey yelled at you for crinkling one paper in front of.
I know. I should.
I know. I don't. What are you even doing this for right now? I don't even know what you're doing. It's like ripping out the garbage. What? Anyways, so I guess we can. Unless we
finally closed the loop on Xander and Buffy at the start of the episode.
Oh, yeah, that felt like some closure.
Xander did save her life.
Okay, all right, but at least Xander said something. Buffy shot him down. Any residual feelings are now residual feelings instead of an arc.
Correct. I feel
yeah.
This is now the end of the Xander Buffy arc, I think, because Xander is no longer going to be,
Yes, but then they were kind of
I think that's more of a friend thing, because Angel was like, you love her, I love her, but at the same time, you're her friend too. I'm the vampire guy, so
I'm the guy who's only 200 plus years older than her, dude. She's into older guys, man. So I got you beat.
Don't you know vampires just stop developing mentally and emotionally as soon as they become a vampire?
Makes sense. You become numb to that because if you're
no, stop. We're not talking about this.
Yeah, no. Let's stay
now. The one thing that was interesting to me was, I love Willow, and I love how after Xander got rejected, he was like, let me just go for my backup girl. And Willow was like, that's not fair to me. So she obviously knows what she deserves.
You know, we both acknowledged.
Yeah, no,
that.
Willow's
That's great.
actually like the most emotionally mature person
But
in
she
the
also,
entire show.
She also, the most realistic thing happens too, in the sense that she sees a bunch of dead bodies and she is traumatized. Even though she's been
Because
through all
of
this.
people that she knows now.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
we've been through this entire thing. You know, Xander's super excited to be involved in most situations, but Willow finally has, you know, what feels like the most realistic response to what's going on.
Sure, yeah. So I noticed you guys didn't even, or maybe just you didn't feel the need to say anything, but like, you guys don't find it funny that the Hellmouth is literally the school? Like, you was just like, that was just like, oh, you assume, how? What did you assume that off?
I assumed that the Hellmouth was under the entire town of Sunnydale, and therefore it was like underneath like the Bronze too.
Yes, but like the fact that it was specifically the library in the school, you were just that's
I just
cool,
thought
let's roll with that.
I thought that's just how the Master was summoning them, the monster. I didn't think that was the actual entrance.
Well, why would he have all of the vampires he had just recruited all go to the sewer?
And he came out on the roof of the school.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that. I thought
But they talked about the bronze, and I was
they were
like,
feasting.
I was like,
that's what they thought was going to happen.
Because they thought they were going to go get some blood to drink as soon as he came out, you know, and restore his strength. Now, obviously, we have a lot to go through. We have what seems like our main crew, because I think even Willow called them a crew, and she said, you know, she seemed a little bit upset that the professor was added to the crew, he said. But we have our main crew of vampire / supernatural friends, and it does feel like Cordelia will start to become more, especially at the last episode, more upfront in the situations, because she is becoming nicer to everybody. It seems like she's not just a mean girl. She's, you know, willing to ask, you know, Willow for a favor and compliment her, and you know, say, oh, I'll even talk with you and whatnot at the party. But like in the past, it felt like she would have just been like, do it because I'm cool, otherwise you're gross. And, you know, it just feels like she's getting that growth, and it feels a little sad to see some of her growth get cut short, because she did have a love interest in this, where she's genuinely liked the guy and thought everything he did was cute. And it seemed like that was the complete opposite of her, because she used to be just into boys because they were senior boys and they're older and more interesting. And she finally gets a boy. She finds that everything he does is cute, and he's dead in that episode. So unfortunate for her. Hopefully that she, you know, gets some sort of redemption going through, you know, some growth further. Maybe. But we'll find out. Like you said, though, I'm glad Xander's finally out of the Buffy phase, hopefully, and moving on. Maybe he'll have a Willow phase, or he'll have somebody
I think we'll get Willow like maybe like season 3 or 4.
I mean, they are passable. I mean, you know, you're saying like,
it could be like Harry Potter, where like it doesn't happen until like post credits.
Maybe we have like a fun little, like, every once in a while Xander falls in love with a monster girl again. Maybe that's the running trope, is Xander loves all the girls that are like the monsters or whatever. Like the teacher.
Willow loved the machine.
She did.
She fell in love with the machine.
Well, she thought it was a human first.
Damn AI boyfriends.
Yeah, damn AI boyfriends. This was just you know, an interesting end. As you said, it felt self-contained. Like if the series ended here, it would have made sense.
Yeah.
And
it was a perfect wrap up.
It probably was written to be so that if they didn't renew it, this was it.
It's actually kind of refreshing after like so many shows of like end of season 1, massive cliffhanger,
like The Expanse.
Yeah.
Or like even movies like Master and Commander, where it's like, what's gonna happen next?
They leave it open, whereas this wasn't left open. And you know, you have all these thoughts, but you know, for example, the Invisible Girl is probably in some secret government program, and you know, this and that.
Dude, we're never revisiting that, or
you think so?
I don't remember. I'm not saying. I'm just saying my gut.
No, they
feeling.
revisit that in Firefly.
Yeah.
Well, do you want to talk about like season 1 as a whole?
Season 1 as a whole, you know,
like favorite characters.
My favorite character has to be Willow, followed by Giles.
Mine's Giles.
Willow followed by Giles.
I mean, they're both like the best characters.
Yeah.
Of it. I really can't even. We don't have enough characters for me to pick someone else.
So no one picked Buffy.
No,
she's
got the
What about
superpowers.
Xander?
She's
no,
he's got growing to do.
What about
Cordelia?
I can't even like be
Cordelia. Yeah. I'd be like.
Nope.
Stuff fangirl.
So I can even reason why I'm saying not Buffy yet is because right now, obviously, Buffy as the main character has the advantage of being a powered person. So she has all these things that she obviously is dealing with while also being the chosen one. But
while her true strongest power is what, Mike?
Friendship. But
yeah.
But Willow is a normal girl who's going through everyday life in high school and trying her best to not only
Bro, Willow's gonna need so much therapy when she gets older, since she has to be like the emotional.
She's trying to assist her team. She looks at dead bodies online for the team. She's in love with her best friend, who's in love with her best friend. Yeah. And and all this traumatic stuff happens. Yet she always seems to be this positive little force of sunshine. And for example, Xander's practicing asking out Buffy, and she's just happy to be asked out. Fake, even if it's fake.
That was rough.
It's cute. And then Giles is obviously the dad that's not there, and his bit of caring and information and his little bit of antics are fun, especially because he is, for lack of better words, an antique himself, and the fact that he doesn't believe in the computers, and he just
and mom's all new age.
Yeah.
I also actually, you mentioning that, I also really appreciate like we can make the assumption Willow knows Xander shouldn't ask Buffy out. Like, Willow knows.
Oh.
But instead of dissuading him and, like...
She's like, just do it.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Yeah, or like, for selfish reasons, trying to dissuade him, she just lets him run into that wall. And when he's like, what about you? And she's like, no, fuck you. Well, so that was really great. It was a good episode for her.
As, men, as guys who were in high school, we could all remember back to the time of being a Xander. And asking a girl out who was our friend, and she's like, oh, I don't have feelings for you, and this and that. And while it does, obviously upsets you, blah, 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 makes you sad, it's also one of those things that you have to do, because it's like ripping the Band-Aid off. If Xander doesn't ask Buffy out, we spend the next 7 seasons with him obsessing over Buffy.
Which would be so annoying.
But now he finally has a chance to move on and date somebody else and make Buffy jealous for like one episode.
So let me ask you guys some predictions.
Yes.
Where do you see the character? Like, do you think Xander's gonna keep growing into his role of like pseudo like being muscle to help Buffy?
Yes.
Like is he gonna go more into that? Do you think Giles? I mean, Giles is obviously gonna. We can imagine keep the role.
I almost want to say,
you know what I mean? How do you see the characters developing here?
I almost want to say Xander might evolve into a Watcher type character. To help Giles.
I feel like Willow would be more of a Watcher than Xander.
Yes,
you're right. Okay,
no, you're right.
So you're right, but
he's more of like a
assistant
bodyguard.
Willow's already like assisting Giles.
You're right. Yeah. It also seems like that Watchers is like a family given role because his dad was a Watcher.
I feel like you're allowed to like. I feel like it's not
sure. I do. I still think that those two might become Watchers themselves, and then they just help the next one.
We'll watch over you, Buffy.
Now, what about you,
next
Mike?
life?
What about you?
I don't.
You could just pick like a character that you would even if it's just hypothetical and you have no idea, it's based on nothing. Like, what character development would you really like to see?
That I'd really like to see.
Yeah. Like, you want to see Angel, like, stop being a weird, shady dude who just kind of comes around randomly and hits on a 16-year-old girl? Yeah.
No, I actually think that they're... the one thing I want to see is... that's rough. That's rough. I'm not going to lie.
We can make it even easier. Development of the show. Like, you want better action, more fluid action.
That's going to come, obviously.
No, but I'm just...
More romance.
Question.
More romance.
You got to answer something here.
Do I?
Willow.
Yes.
Happiness for Willow.
I mean, listen, the way that it's shown so far through this first season is Willow and Xander are going to have something, whether it's in season 3 or season 7. That's whatever. Buffy is more of a wild card. I don't know how much they're going to waffle about how, like, her development. Is she going to, like, lean into the role? Is she going to keep trying to fight it? Like, there's nothing that's indicating one way or the other yet. And I'm kind of enjoying it for the moment. I don't know when I'm going to run out of patience for it. But I'm not necessarily looking forward to any development on that end.
Okay,
either.
all right.
That's the thing. Like, I'm kind of happy where it's at right now, and I'm really along for the ride because there's nothing that's like making me thirsty for more at this moment. It's just kind of like this is doing it for me. I'm enjoying it, and like I'm excited about every episode because I have nothing that I'm complaining about.
Now, is that also in part because...
Which is crazy for me, because I always have something to complain about.
Is that in part because we didn't end on a cliffhanger, so therefore there's nothing that's unresolved?
It's definitely pushing.
It actually left me off reminding me more of, like, my fonder memories of the show.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely looking forward to
that I'm upset with you.
Yeah, we got a happy ending, actually.
Yeah, so...
But,
okay, cool.
It's a cop-out, but it's because I genuinely, like...
The one thing I like to see is their characters grow, because obviously they're in high school.
Yeah.
Buffy being a 16-year-old girl had a realistic
Well, she's a
response.
vampire now, so she'll never go out.
She had a realistic response to the expectation of dying and the prophecy of dying, where she was like, I don't want to die.
She died.
I don't want to do this. But now that she's gotten over the fear of dying by dying, it almost feels like it's empowered her. Maybe that's why she feels stronger, because she no longer has to worry about dying while fighting because it happened to her. So therefore she can kind of go all out in these fights and not have to be scared.
Mikey, what's dead may never die.
Yeah. I'm curious to find out if she is a vampire actually, or if it's just, something else. I don't have anything else though.
Well, my last thing, Mikey, just think about it. Is it Buffy the Vampire Slayer, or is it Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
There's no comma.
There's no comma.
Or is...
I'm looking at it right there.
It's an invisible comma. The government put it there.
But she's also wearing a cross, isn't she?
True. He's got you there. He's got both of us there. Buffy's not a vampire.
Well, she's
confirmed.
But she's also the Slayer. So, Anyways.
I'm going to say just one last thing. I love how they added what every TV show does, the theme song in the show.
Yeah.
I was like, that's great. I love hearing the intro.
The walk-up scene.
Well, it took anime logic where if you have the intro and the anime, it's going to be banger scene.
Yeah, no, I definitely enjoyed that.
But I don't have anything else to add.
Yeah, it was super quality. Super happy with it.
We are the 732 View Crew. I am Mikey.
I'm Joe.
And I'm Mike.
And if you do enjoy our content, make sure you do check us out on Patreon, which does feature full-length reactions as well as polls for both movies and TV reactions that replace our TV shows. Otherwise, make sure you do like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time, Slayer fans.
Toodles.